Oh, hello there. Bob from Gil Skillz. Great to see each and every one of you today. I've got something really interesting for you today. Today we're going to microscrap a zone valve actuator. It does look like there's some interesting tidbits on the inside and as well as the outside. So we're going to dissect this puppy and see what makes it tick and see what valuable scrap metal is inside. All right, let's go ahead and start by getting these screws off, and then we'll get these pieces off here and see where we land from there. I just want to see, oh, this is kind of riveted on there. This is kind of riveted on there. I'll see if I can try to get that off. So I'm curious more than anything else. It looks like we've got these screws here. Let's see if they attract the magnet. It looks like these are not brass. That is for darn sure. Yep, looks like the rest of these are magnetic as well. Darn it. All right, let's go ahead and continue. I'm gonna cut this off for the time being here, just so that I can work on the inside, show you what's going on. Ironically enough, this piece right here doesn't stick to the magnet at all. There's a light, I mean, it's an ever so slight pull. And you guys know that the neodymium magnets actually are very powerful. So this, in all likelihood, is stainless steel. Woo-hoo! All right, this is looking into the bowels of the unit right here. As you can see, there's some nice little brass tidbits in there. Let's see if we can get them out. So generally how these zone valve actuators work is that if the thermostat calls for temperature, like if it drops below a certain temperature and the thermostat calls for more heat, it goes to the main junction box, and then the main junction box basically turns this valve, or it starts the boiler, and the boiler, once it comes up to temperature, this opens up and then allows the hot water to flow through the pipe, which is kind of interesting. So I'm curious more than anything else, if this outside piece is brass or some sort of non-ferrous metal. Let's check. Well, that is definitely a non-ferrous metal. That is for sure. So we're going to try to strip this off. We're going to try to get all of this stuff out of here. I kind of wonder what it is, so I might use like a razor or a file or something to see if this is either aluminum or brass. I'm hoping it's brass. I mean, it's got a nice hefty feel to it. We got some nice brass tidbits here, I think. Well, maybe not. Nope. These might be brass, but either the solder or something is ferrous there. That is for sure, because it is not like in a magnet. Yeah, wow. That's actually, these pieces are just steel. I'm kind of surprised. Let me cut some of this off here. I just want to be sure. Cut the ends off with the solder, and it is still sticking to a magnet. So amazingly, that is steel. Remember guys, there is no metal left behind here on the Gil Skillz channel. So we're going to do our best to get all of the metal here. These are probably aluminum rivets that were on here, or rivets. So I'll put them aside as aluminum rivets. All right, last but not least. So this is either going to be brass or aluminum. Let's go ahead and check that out. So for that, I just simply took the razor and I just scraped a little bit on the piece here. And this is clearly aluminum. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see if you can see. But that is definitely aluminum. Non-ferrous. So that'll sit with the other aluminum stuff. And then we've got basically what's left here, which is a decent amount of brass, as well as this might be some copper. All right, well, that's interesting. Decent chunk of brass here, that is for sure. I'm going to try to clean that off as best I can. This could be copper. I mean, it's really not sticking to the magnet. It's difficult for me to tell because it's so thin. The gauge is so thin. I'm just going to put it in the aluminum. All right, let's see if we can get that tape off. This should be a clean piece of brass, if I'm not mistaken. Piece of brass here. Let's see if I can get that piece out. There we go. Pretty sure that will come off, and that'll be another clean piece of brass. Now, the only issue with this piece of brass is I believe there is some wax in here. The wax is what really helps to open this up. So there is a bit of wax in here. I'll set that over here. Ooh, I got it to come off. Look at that. It's barely attracting the magnet, so I'll put that with the stainless steel. That's good brass right there. We got any silver tip contacts in here? There could be some silver tip contacts in here. I'm not really 100% sure because I don't normally take these apart. But that is magnetic. So I thought that might be copper, but it isn't. Yep, it's all pretty much magnetic. Looks like there might be some brass on the inside of this piece right here that we could probably take out. Oh, it just kind of broke apart. When I went to take that box off, it just kind of broke apart. And that may not be brass. That may be gold flashed. That'd be cool. I'll put that over here. Looks like there's one more in there. See if I can get it out. There we go. This may be copper. I'm going to say that is probably copper. And I'm not sure if that's a copper contact or if there's anything else in there that would qualify. I mean, I don't think it's silver, but maybe the more experienced scrappers can tell me if there's more than just copper there. So I'll go ahead and put that with like the wire and stuff. See, this has got solder on it and whatnot, so I'm just going to put that with the other steel. And the rest of this is magnetic. There might be some aluminum rivets in there. I'm not really 100% sure, but because most of this is magnetic, I'm just going to put this with the other screws and the metal. All right, guys, this is it in a nutshell. As you can see here, we've got our aluminum housing for the zone valve actuator. We've got some aluminum rivets here, and I think this is some aluminum wire. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's non-ferrous, that's for sure. It doesn't stick to a magnet. This here, I believe, is stainless steel. These pieces here are stainless steel. They didn't stick to the magnet, or they had a very weak attraction to it. All of this stuff had a very strong attraction to the magnet there. All these pieces here are ferrous, along with the screws. We've got wires, what little wires was in the device, along with some copper pieces here. And we've got what I believe is either brass or gold flashed connectors, which is really, really cool. I don't know if I can zoom in on that. There's that. We've got these two big brass pieces here, one of which has that wax in it that I will take out at a later time, and that will be a clean piece of brass. And then we've got what little bit of junk was in there, which is all the plastic and garbage and stuff like that. So that's it in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. That was disassembling and micro-scrapping a zone valve actuator. If you like what you've seen here, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate your support. Much love to each and every one of you. And until the next time, have a scrap happy day.